Everyone knows that Silvally Rampardos is one of the best decks of the set. But, do you have the best deck list for ranked? Here's a breakdown of what I think you should run. 2 Type Null, 2 Silvally, 2 Skull Fossil, and 2 Rampardos are a given. I definitely recommend also running 1 Granados, which helps a lot with consistency. You're not going to draw a rare candy every game, and Granados dealing 50 damage is pretty solid. Of course, run 2 rare candy to get Rampardos as fast as possible, and only run 1 Pokeball since it can only search Type Null and not Fossil. 2 Gladions search out Silvally and Type Null, and remember to always Gladion first. You can learn why in my earlier Silvally tips video. If you draw Type Null and Silvally on Energy 1, I'd recommend saving it to activate Silvally next turn instead of using it to search now. If you draw Type Null and Silvally on Energy 1, I'd recommend saving Gladion to also activate Silvally next turn instead of using it to search now. Run 2 Research in every deck, and 1 Mars to slow down rare candy decks. 1 Iono is super useful for finding Rampardos since you can't search for Fossil. You can always use it to activate Silvally, even if you have 0 cards in your hand. Then, the last 2 slots are pretty debated. My preference for slot 1 is Giovanni. Giovanni can always be activated to boost Silvally, and Silvally with a plus 10 now deals 110, now one-shotting an opponent's Silvally. The plus 10 on Rampardos also lets you one-shot 140s like Darkrai and Buzzwole. Since this deck is so popular, I think Giovanni is an amazing card to run here for playing ranked. Red isn't that good for this deck since so many players are running EXs, and the only meta-relevant increase from Giovanni is one-shotting Giratina with Rampardos, which doesn't come up often enough, and you already win that matchup. My second pick is Sabrina. Sabrina is great for one-shotting evolution pieces in the back like Cosmog and Charizard, and is almost always usable to activate Silvally until they only have 1 Pokemon. That's why I prefer it over Cyrus. Cyrus is completely useless until you damage something and they swap it out, which doesn't happen that often in this meta. You already one-shot a lot of Pokemon, and decks that can survive Silvally Rampardos usually prefer to heal their carry with Lily or Erica instead and keep them in the active. You want to have as many supporters that you can always use to buff Silvally as possible. I used to run Guzma here, but Guzma has the same problem if they don't run any tools, which other Silvally Rampardos players usually don't. Additionally, you can get around Poison Barb by evolving Type Null into Silvally, and later using Silvally's 1 Retreat to swap it out. While people have figured out counters for the deck, the games still go by super fast, and your consistency makes you win a lot more games. Consistency is super good for grinding ranked, so have at it. What do y'all think? Do you run different supporters, or a different Pokemon with Silvally entirely? Do you think Zeraora or Charizard are better with Silvally? Let me know in the comments down below. Join us on Discord for deck lists, trades, and battles. Drop us up on YouTube for more guides.